Yes. Cape with the intro. We saying, bro, Cape and Don in the building. Late settings, night owls. What's going on, my bro?
I'm good, bro. Apologies, everyone. It's me. My fault that we're doing a late one today. Obviously, this is the only time I was available. So, obviously, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Obviously, I'm feeling good, of course, even though it's late. Arsenal making me feel great. So, can't really complain, bro. How about you? How you
man,
feeling?
I'm good. Hey, your camera's looking kind of sharp, you know. You got a new camera or something?
I think the camera's just looking clean still. I think that's just what it is.
Serious? Boy, my camera's looking dirty. You know what it is? Yeah? I got a new mic, as you can see.
Yeah, looks clean.
When I try and do the camera, the webcam, it's madness, bro. I don't know what's going on, man. So it is what it is for now. I need to get another webcam. I've got 2 webcams, by the way, but I need to the next step is to get a 4K one. So yeah, man, stepping up the levels as you know it. Does the mic sound all right to you though? Can you hear me?
It sounds clean still, very clean still.
I hear it.
Oh, I see.
But anyway, got a couple people in the building already. Well, AFC always is in here already. Said like as you're in it, but mostly important, subscribe to Waffle Don and Cape YouTube channels.
Shout out my bro.
AFC always. 19 wins in a row for Arsenal. Haven't lost a game since the 31st of August against Liverpool.
19 wins in a row. Oh, 9 wins in a row.
9, I think he means.
Oh, no, I think he meant 10 wins in a row, right?
10 wins in a row. Yeah, 10 wins. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, 10 wins in a row for Arsenal. Haven't lost a game since August the 31st. Madness. Arsenal have the best defensive record since 1903. These records mean nothing if we don't win the Prem or the Champions League. Yeah, so I agree with that. But where are we going to start, man? Should we start with because it's been a bit of time in it. I ain't spot. When's the last show we had? 2 weeks ago.
We had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So we've not really caught up. Obviously, the Burnley game came and went. We won that comfortably. That was a good game. Champions League, obviously, that was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, Champions League game was yesterday. We might as well just talk about the Champions League game, innit?
Yeah, of course. That was yesterday.
Another controlled. Actually, I enjoyed that game from start to finish because it was controlled. A few players that came into the team, I thought they did well. I've been on a few players, like in some of my streams. I had a stream the other day. I don't know if you watched my streams, but I had a stream the other day because I wasn't really happy with Saka's performance against Burnley. But I think Saka watches his streams, because yesterday, man stepped up.
Yeah, it was very good yesterday.
Man stepped up in the first half, shooting the man was on smoke yesterday. It's almost like, you know what? He knew that the previous game weren't that good. Mm-hmm. Let me just step up and taking shots. Do you know what I mean? Coming inside, taking shots. Obviously scored that penalty as well. Well taken as well. But he played well. I thought there was a few other good performances from some of the new boys in Capier. I thought Norgard was good. I was listening to BBK's show the other day, and he was saying that he didn't think Norgard was that good, but I thought Norgard was excellent yesterday. I thought he broke up a lot of play. He tried to advance the ball as well. He tried to progress the ball a few times in that game as well, and he made a lot of important tackles as well. I don't know why he got booked though. The man got fouled there, and on the ball. That was
both that Norgard yellow and the Saliba yellow was so stupid. Ridiculous,
isn't it? ridiculous. That referee though, from the game started, yeah, it was just like
it was on one still, yeah. He's just
on one, man. But yeah, we got the points at the end of the day. Marino Magic, this guy, yeah. What is it about this guy? Yeah, he's not exactly a midfielder. He's not a forward. What is he? Because he's got some kind of hybrid thing.
He's a midfielder still. I think he's just a very intelligent footballer. I think, like, because his ability to finish is very good. Like, and I think finish first time finish as well, specifically, like whether that's a header or just getting connection on the ball. I think it enables him to play strike. I think Mikel was saying something like, obviously they've had to let him learn how to move around in the box and stuff, and he's taken to it very, very like brilliantly. Like he's understood how to develop that, and he's practiced and he's worked on it. So that means he's the kind of footballer that's intelligent. So I feel like if you give him new information or a role, he's going to be able to learn it and take on it. And obviously, if he has the skill traits to be good in that, like it's amazing. Obviously, hi Claire, hope you're good.
Big up to Claire, man, in the building, man.
But yeah, like he's a midfielder, but I think because he's a good finisher and he's an intelligent player, it makes him a useful striker. And obviously, his goal record since he's been playing there is mad. I got to give it to him.
Brother, and the way he finished that first one, yeah, when Trossard crossed the ball in.
That was a finish,
just
man.
Like, that was a finish. He makes them finishes look
cash. Like
yeah.
He's just bothered with it.
And that was his weaker foot as well. No, sorry, no, left foot.
That was his left foot, but it's still a hard technique. On the volley in the air, it's not like it's on the ground where you have to get the advantage of striking. Yeah. You have to adjust your body if you're trying to place it as well to beat the keeper. Readjust the power of the cross, like everything is a very, very good goal.
Mad.
That's even the first goal as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, that's second goal as well. My apologies. Like the
header. Listen, when you see this header, yeah, it defies logic because the way he jumps for that ball, yeah, he's got no right to win that header, by the way.
He doesn't know whether the keeper's gonna come rushing in, punch his head or not. But he's gone in for it, and still focused on getting the right connection. That if it was the keeper,
the angle of the way the ball's gone in, because it's gone in the near post as well. It's not like he's headed it and it's gone that side. It's gone like literally just near post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to give a lot of credit to Rice on that goal. That pass he played for that Marino goal was amazing. That cross type of curl.
That was a cross and a half as well, man.
And people have been underrating Rice, and obviously, understandably, in his beginning time at Arsenal, he wasn't really what you'll call a line breaker, or he didn't progress the ball in a way that you want your typical midfielder or more cultured midfielder to do. But I feel like recently he's really added a lot to his game, especially in the Slavia Prague game. There's a lot of chances he was playing the ball forward, switching the ball early, a couple of passes to Saka in the first half that led to some shots. Like it, same as Zubimendi, Rice has lifted his game up on the ball, and I feel like he looks like a real complete midfielder. Like nothing that he can't do on the game. Like he's one of the best midfielders in the league, if not the best in my opinion. So it's crazy, but
I think we need to give him a little bit more credit than just the league. I think when you look at Europe and when you look at the world as a whole, he's got to be one of the best up there. Like everyone's saying Caicedo is the best in the world and all of that kind of stuff. But for Declan Rice, because Declan Rice, when he started at Arsenal, he started as a DM, and I thought he was pretty good in that role. I thought he was excellent in that role in that first season. Obviously, the second season, he tailed off a little bit. But I think he had an injury as well. I think it was a broken toe or whatever injury. At some point, I think it might have been last season, where he weren't his greatest. But this season in particular, as you said, he's matured into that role. Now, he might not be silky, slick on the ball like all these other great number 8s and all that kind of stuff, but what he does on the ball is very effective. And he influences games to the point where if there's no Rice in his Arsenal team, I don't think we're getting the amount of victories
All clean sheets at
or
even.
clean sheets because he does both. Do you know what I'm
He's
saying?
all over the pitch, man. He's
It's
actually
mad,
all
isn't
over
it?
the pitch. Like he's. I think because now he has the set pieces, which adds obviously to his game. Because you've seen obviously the shooting free kicks against Madrid. You've seen the consistent corners for the last 2-3 years. I think
Oh,
now you started to add more, in-game crosses and balls into areas with that technique that he has. Which means he's upgrading his game and uplifting his game. Obviously, you see him. He's the majority of the time the one switching the ball out to Saka early or Madueke when he was playing early to get them 1v1s. Obviously, good technique early. Like he covers ground, he wins his headers, he wins his duels. Like you don't think about Rice winning his duels or winning the ball back because he does it so often that it's just normal. So it's not like, oh my god, he doesn't do it in a way that's so fancy. He just does it so efficiently. And I think, as you said, like obviously you pay the money that you pay, but we're getting what you're getting. And I feel like he's improved as a player. Obviously playing under Mikel. Mikel obviously does improve a lot of players when they play under him. But you can see Rice is, as you said, taking another level this season. And I think the run that he's in at this moment, obviously, I don't want it to go unnoticed because he's playing out of the skin. I think in the last couple of games, he's been our best player for sure. And it's interesting to see how it goes throughout the season. Obviously, he's going to be big on Saturday when we face Sunderland because we'll be out some players. But
I got a question for you from AFC Always. I starred it for now, innit? But he's got this question here. If someone offered you 100 million for Saka, would you take it? I know I would because you're not going to get Saka. He was Saka from before, that grade 3 hamstring. What would your response be to that?
I think Saka's worth way more than 100 million. That
For a
one,
start.
for a start, I wouldn't accept that money. But two, I think even though I agree, when players do get a huge injury, come out from surgery, it's very hard for you to know whether they're going to get back to their ultimate best. I think how to measure it, because we've seen it a lot with some of the Arsenal players that we've had in the past where, they were injury prone whilst they were here. And obviously, we didn't give them the chance and then obviously they leave and kind of continue that instead without getting any injuries in it. And I think at the end of the day, I think with Saka, like this season, I don't want him so far just in the beginning part of the season to exert himself too much. I want him, if he's going to coast or manage himself, certain games he's not going to put the same amount of not effort, but emphasis, then I'm down, because if he needs to save himself for the main part of the season, that's what we need, isn't it? But I always say that people that come back from a big injury, it takes them normally a season to kind of get back to themselves, innit? So you have to kind of judge them after a while because you have to relearn your body, retrust your body, and obviously retrust that intensity that you can go and not feel like you're going to get injured, which is a psychology that sometimes players to get over. He has a lot of time. He's only 24, 23, 24. I think he's 24 now. So like he's still a young player, man, I think. And he's our franchise player. Like ultimately, no matter all the players that we signed, Saka on his day, the best attacker that we have in our team. So like
you know the crazy thing about money at times, is that sometimes you have to look at things way beyond that. So if you were to I'll give you Haaland for an example, yeah. If you asked a Man City fan, would you sell Haaland for just say 200 million now? These men are saying no because of the value he brings to the team and the importance that he is to the actual team. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you getting for 200 million other than Haaland? Do you know what I'm saying? You're not getting anything really better, are you?
Yeah, you can't replace that quality just because you get the money in it. Like the money makes sense if you need the money. Like say you're trying to rebuild, or if you're financially, a place where you need to sell your best players. But I don't think Arsenal, or this iteration of Arsenal so far, especially with all of the players we have, are ever going to be at a point where we're at least not going to be able to challenge for a title. So I feel like there's no reason for our best players for us to need to rush to sell them, because who knows if, as you said, Saka. I feel that Saka will turn back to himself. Not that he's not playing himself. I think he's played very good in a lot of games this season. But this is why you have depth. You have a Madueke when obviously hopefully he's fit. You can rotate him in and out. He has some competition to kind of push him as well. This is end of the day why I think with a lot of the attacking players, I'm just very, very patient with them until when they're all back and there's that real competition for places and spots in the squad. I think it's going to really bring out a lot in the attackers in it, and that includes Saka. So that's
man. As AFC said, 10 wins since the Liverpool game. 0 goals conceded. Sorry.
10 wins in a row. 10 wins in a row and 8 wins in a row with no goals conceded.
Yeah, 8 wins in a row, no goals conceded. Yesterday, when they had that penalty shout, which wasn't a penalty, by the way,
yeah,
I was like, listen, ref, this ain't a penalty.
Yeah,
don't do the celebrity. What I'm saying, I want to be noticed thing. Yeah, it's not a penalty. I'm glad it went to VAR and we didn't concede, but sooner or later we're gonna concede a goal. Yeah, we're gonna concede goals. This month I call it Nasty November because we got the likes of Spurs, Bayern Munich, and Chelsea towards the latter. I think those 2 games are 3 days in between each other. Yeah, after the international break. Obviously, Gyökeres is injured. We don't know exactly what's going on with him, but Marino's obviously taken up that place right now. Do you see any challenges throughout this month? And if you do, where are the challenges coming from?
I think obviously it's more just based on squad availability, isn't it? I think the rumors coming out is that obviously I think Gyökeres and Martinelli, they're looking or hopeful that they'll be back for that North London derby. That's the first game back after the break, and obviously Mikel already spoke about that. Odegaard, Madueke, Havertz are aiming for that game as well. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see if those players are going to come back. But I think at the end of the day, I'm not really worried because I think the international break comes at a good time for us considering the injury. So it gives another 2 weeks for these players to come back. He said if we keep a clean sheet and beat Bayern, I'm telling you to keep.
Why just Bayern Munich though? Why just Bayern? Because big up to BBK, by the way, but why just Bayern? Because it's still a group phase. I think
because Bayern right now are operating if you could argue that they're better than us right now because they've won all 16 games and all competitions this season. Obviously, they've scored a lot of goals. Obviously, you could argue that we've had harder games and stuff, but they're still a great team. I think it's going to be a very, very good litmus test to see how good our defense is and how good we are if we're able to shut them out, get a clean sheet, and then obviously win as well. Because Bayern are a team that we've always historically struggled against. The Champions League, even in 2 seasons ago in the quarterfinals, we didn't beat them at home. We got that draw, even though I felt like we played well. We lost away, so I think it'll be a very, very good game for us to measure how good we are. Obviously, even if we don't get a clean sheet, I'm still going to be happy if we win. But I think if we do get a clean sheet, it's a big statement, big statement because Bayern are operating they just beat PSG at their home ground, obviously, and held on to the game. Obviously, 10 men, so you just have to see.
Yeah, I hear it. Immovable object versus unstoppable force. What's your take? Yeah.
Shout out BBK.
Yeah, shout out to BBK as well. Yeah, I've been watching. I watch his shows literally every day, especially the morning one when I'm at the gym around 4, 5, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever in the morning. Tends to do a stream just before or just before I hit the gym in it. I catch that stream, and he talks a lot about Arsenal and obviously other teams as well, like Liverpool and stuff as well. In terms of City and Liverpool now, do you see them causing any kind of what's the word, disruption to the Premier League right now? Or is it a case of we need to just focus on ourselves?
Obviously, we got a 6 and 7 point lead over them respectively, innit? And I think the main thing this weekend, especially because they face each other, is that we just need to win any means necessary. Which I don't care how we win this game on Saturday, as long as we get the win. Because obviously, ideally, I would want to draw between those two, but obviously, no matter who wins, there's going to be somebody else that's going to take it now if Arsenal do win, and we're going to build a bigger advantage over them. But even if City win, for example, and it stays 6 points, or Liverpool win and it stays 7 points, if Arsenal win, like, it's about Arsenal focusing on ourselves because we built that buffer. Like, I think even if City was to win every game and Liverpool was to start going on a run, if Arsenal continue their run, the point gap's going to still be the point gap. Obviously, we can still consider that they're in good form and we can't drop points because they could potentially capitalize. But we're not at that stage yet where both of these teams can have shown a great amount of form. I do know Liverpool have won their last 2 games and they have played well in both of the games. But yeah, like, I think Arsenal just got to focus on ourselves. Fingers crossed we get all our players back, man, because that's the main thing.
We kind of like need that. You know what? Just BBK, we all get things wrong, bro. I'm telling you, I get things wrong all the time. For me, for City though, it's that Cherky guy. Apparently, I was on.
He's amazing, man.
Yeah, man. Apparently, on the Big Six, Big Steve was saying that man was dropped in it because he was too overweight, in it, Cherky, in it, and now he's cut weight. Now he's looking like a hell of a different player. Now he scored tonight as well. Against who did they play again? Dortmund. Smashed Dortmund 4-1. If there's any a team that has the know-how, it's going to be City. So I think Arsenal need to have that mentality. That's why I think it's important that we still have that mentality of not conceding goals each game, because rivals look at us and they're saying to us now. I went into the gym earlier now, saw my boy Ricardo, big up to Ricardo, PT in the gym, and he was like, you man are moving like Chelsea was when they only conceded 15 goals. Probably a bit of, brain trying to do some mind games right there.
I don't think it's so anymore, I think that me and you ain't spoken in a couple of weeks, innit? Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago, innit, I think there was a lot of mind games from other fans, like with the whole, yeah, it's yours to lose, or you better not lose it, or do you know what I mean? There's no way you don't win, or and like, which obviously I think was part people saying obviously you're good, but part nonsense. But I think now that people have actually seen like a whole month, 6-7 weeks of us just get clean sheets, not even rarely concede shots on target. So the shots we're conceding on target are not even really shots. Like, people are actually looking at it and it's like a concession. Like, it's like I can't lie to you, man. Like, what I'm seeing, like, take away my agenda, is just a team that just looks serious. Like, and you got to give your hands up to it. Like, teams that, every fan you run into that's saying that now, they're not saying it they're saying the truth. Even that they're like, when you say something and you don't really want to say it, it's like, I can't admit it, man. But you're not going to be happy to be admitting it. So you're going to say it in a way that's like timid, but the truth is the truth.
The truth, yeah, but the truth of the matter is, and I remember BBK saying this year, is that there's still 84 points to play for. Yeah, so mathematical, when you look at it, there's still a long way in the season, because I'm seeing a lot of people, man, gassed up and say we're winning. Even you, like you've been saying it from the start of the season. You've been saying it from the beginning, so it's not really at you, but you're getting man talking about we're winning the quadruple, we're winning trebles and stuff like that. And for me, that becomes a bit arrogant because we've not picked up a trophy a major trophy in over 20 years. We won our FA Cup 5-6 years ago. A lot of these men, they've not been there before. They've not actually. Some of these men have seen the pressure of being second. But do you think Arsenal fans need to just rein it in a little at times?
I think obviously I think it's for me, a part of being a fan is getting, overzealous and getting gas and supporting your team and believing. Like it's not anything mad that you want to predict your team's going to win the league or saying, oh, you believe it's going to win it here, because the team is actually giving you the source of belief. It's not like you're just saying it because we have the points. Like the performances with the defense, with with the rotations and the fact that we have injuries and the performance level isn't going down is the reason why. Hold on.
That's crazy, man.
Oh shit, bro. I hope you're well, man. I didn't even know.
He's in hospital now, isn't it? That's crazy, man. Madness.
Wow. See, my prayers are going out to you, man. I hope you're well, man. Really sorry.
Man. Get well soon, my brother. Just get well soon. AFC always, man.
I appreciate you for still tuning in.
Definitely.
Again, man, that's made me sad still.
I said this, I said this, and I said, yeah, clip me up, because
I said that we're not conceding more than 20 goals.
I can't see a team scoring more than 2 goals against us. How about that then? I cannot see it.
Everyone in the chat right now, just put AFC always in the chat if you can.
Yeah,
just
man,
give
definitely.
out to him, man. Hope he gets back well. I think the the main thing with everyone getting gassed and overzealous is just the team looks good, man. And when you compare ourselves to the rivals or the people that you expect for us to go against in the title, we look way better than them. They're not performing the same as us, and we look good. And we don't even look up to like our final best. We still know that there's a lot of tackles to come back, and the attack will click because as I said earlier in the show, that when there's more pressure on most of the players because there's higher competition, it's only going to breed better performances and more output and guys performing at their optimum best. And if that happens in the second half of the season, when the points where you need to really kick on, I think that will only be well for us, innit? I think establishing our defensive solidity, that defensive say that's what we're known for, innit? I think, as you said, teams are going to fear us. Teams are thinking how they're going to even get a shot against us, let alone try and score a goal. I think if that becomes your identity, I think once the attack clicks because players are there, then I think that's
still there.
Yeah. Then I think that's just what will be the end of it. So I think there's reason for people to be confident. I do agree though that obviously there's a lot to play, so it's not like you should expect us to win the league from this point. Anything can happen, but you can be very, very confident that we can win the league. So into the concede today, right? So
yeah,
we're the only one with 100% record.
So Sunderland at the weekend. Sunderland flying high right now, playing decent football. Xhaka, amongst others in the team. Before that, actually, before we talk about the Sunderland game, Arteta seems to be rotating the team very well right now. What's your thoughts on Arteta rotating the players right now? Because everyone was in our group chat especially, everyone's got an opinion on who should start. This player is not being played enough, but when it comes to the game, you see little things in why players are not starting. Do you understand? Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the rotation? Because I know you're a man that stays quiet in the group chat, innit? you don't really say much until after. I've noticed this because I know certain men can get emotional and react. They're reactive, in it. They're reactive.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on Arteta rotation right now?
No, I think it's been good. It's been better than he's ever done, and I think he's definitely learned on that front. Obviously, you can credit that to obviously him maybe having the players that you trust now to be able to rotate. Obviously, coupled with obviously the injuries, and has forced his hand to having a lot of players being exposed to a lot more minutes, maybe making them more comfortable. So that's good. I also think that like he's mixing it well. He's giving players minutes where he needs to. He's still starting strong teams, making necessary changes. The players coming in are, maintaining the level of performance, and even the players that come off the bench are still maintaining the level of performance as well, bringing their own 1-2s to the game. So you got to give him credit. Like he's getting a lot of things right. As I said, since that City game, I think he's definitely gone back to the drawing books himself, or maybe he's just kind of said to himself, like, I need to be more bold. I need to just play this how I want to play this, and I'm not, overthink it or be too over conservative. And I think since then he's been getting a lot of his decisions, if not everything, I think spot on. So credit to the manager, man. Obviously, yeah, I appreciate. I have to have that group chat discipline, otherwise, hey, man.
That's the thing as well. Yeah. Let me just put this on. Hold on. Let me just put this stream on.
Oh, Xhaka's not playing this game, yeah.
Nah, he's on a wind up thing. You know what? You know how I feel sometimes. Yeah, is that I feel that some people or some Arsenal content creators that, we diss the manager, we don't like him. Sometimes they just, I wouldn't say they're afraid, but they just don't want to give the manager the credit for what he's done so far, because they at the end of the season, they want that trophy, just like myself. I want that trophy at the end of the season. But you can give the manager credit, right? In performances, games throughout the season. It doesn't have to be like so linear that, oh, I'm not going to credit you until you get over the line. You can credit the manager for winning games, for the team winning clean sheets, because the narrative from a lot of the fans is all, and there's two truths to this. It doesn't mean anything, having these records and we don't win anything. That's 100% correct as well, because having these records and not winning anything at the end of the season, it's just the same season. But you can also be happy about winning games. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the game, that was a great performance. We got the result, weren't that great, but we got over the line. Sometimes I just feel that the fan base, especially the Arteta outers like myself, I'll admit it, we're just too angry all the time. And at the end of the day, I'm watching games and I'm not even stressed as much as I used to be from last season. I'm not even stressed, bro. I'm not even worried about a thing. You see my watch-alongs, bro. I'm like,
yeah, you're chilling, bro.
I'm chilling, and I'm not a flip-flop either, because at the end of the day, do you know what I'm saying? I know that if we don't win anything and if we don't achieve anything, for me, he's got to go. But I'm seeing progress this season, and I'm seeing something special, and I'm hoping at the end of the season that something special is delivered. Do you know what I mean? So I'm staying grounded right now, because we're only 10, 11 games in. So I'm not going to get too gassed right now. People can clip me up. I don't give a damn, because I say the same thing what I'm saying now on other streams. I'm not just going to be like, because you've got a whole bunch of guys that are outers, that I'm just going to be like with the gang. I'll be honest in saying what I'm saying. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. You know what I'm saying, from the team. Obviously, the attack can be much better, but I think that will come over time. And Gyökeres being injured as well, that's kind of hindered things, because I think Burnley was probably one of his best games. The guy was flying. The guy looked like he had an extra. Man looked like he had pace in that game.
He looked fit. He looked really fit still, and sharp still.
Fit. So I'm a bit gutted about that. But what's your thoughts on what I just said to you just now? And big up to Gunner Street in the building, man.
Shout out my bro, Gunner Street, man. Shout out everybody.
Big up to Gunner Street in the building.
Good, my bro. I just think, like, end of the day, you can have your, as I always said, like, everyone knows my stance in it, but I love the manager. I think that the guy's a genius. I've said all this stuff, but I think he will be the one to win us trophies. I think he's one of the best managers around right now, and I don't think you get much better than him. But besides that point, in it, like, yeah, like, if you have your agenda, doesn't mean that you can. If you're seeing something that's completely opposite to what you're seeing, that you can't give credit. Maybe you need a lot of sample size. Maybe you need to see us get over the line for you to fully, change your opinion. That's fair. But yeah, like, to kind of like see what the club's doing and still trying to either pick holes or find ways to not give credit to the team because it's by default giving credit to the manager. Like, I don't think, as I always say, and it's a cliche to say, obviously, we'll just watch to the end of the season and see if we win, then celebrate. There's no point kind of watching the process to get there. But you have to realize that if Arsenal do win this year, they would have done it, breaking probably a lot more records than they've done now throughout the season, being probably one of the best performing teams in the Premier League history, in Arsenal history, all these rhetorics. And we still are very confident that, in the other trophies that we're participating in, that we have a very good chance to win those. Obviously, no one's saying that we're going to win them yet, but we're very confident that we can do that. And I think at the end of the day, as you said, everyone's going to support or see things or do things how they are, but I respect you, innit? Like, no one's going to, I don't think anyone needs to clip you if you previously said, or you are in the stance that you're on a Tetarata, or you're not to say fully, in on the manager, but if you're seeing things that's making you say, do you know what, fair enough, like, fam, the team is, as you said, that you feel more relaxed than you did last season. That's for many things. You have faith that the attack is still going to improve. And there's reasons why as well. And, like, you're seeing how we're performing game to game. Like, I've never watched an Arsenal team get, 8 clean sheets in a row and dominate games. Like, struggle to make good teams. Like, we faced good teams in this run. Atletico Madrid, Crystal Palace, Fulham. Like, we're not gonna disrespect some of these teams. Like, and they've struggled to even get a sniff on goal. Like,
crazy, isn't it?
Like Stevie K said earlier, like, he's not joking when he says that, obviously, if we get a clean sheet and a win against Bayern, because it's a possibility that we can do that. It's not like out of the realms that we can do that. And to expect that from where the team used to be from all these years, you have to realize that, like, you have to credit the manager, but you have to credit him for something. Because, as you said, most of us are relaxed supporting our team. Majority of Arsenal fans have chest. You walk around London, you see the Arsenal shirts and Arsenal jackets and Arsenal fleeces and everything else fully out all the time. Like, it's credit for the manager. I keep on saying, like, if you're only going to give credit to somebody when they win something, then you got everything wrong. It's the same thing as saying I'm only going to give a player credit if they win something, and not say a player's good, innit? Like, but I understand at the end of the day, but I respect your stance in it. But hey, man, everyone supports with their own. I'm just intrigued to see the whole narrative if Arteta does win, what the whole fan base says, because a lot of men said he's never gonna win. A lot of men probably, like, you know what I'm saying, don't believe that he's the one. So I want to see what.
A lot of apologies, bro. There'll be a lot of apologies. I want to see
how that looks like, especially for content creators that kind of have built their rhetoric on that Arteta route. Is like, do you know what I mean? How does that move then? Like,
no name. I'm not going to mention no name.
Especially if you haven't, like, throughout the season, still given a 1-2 credit, like, here and there, and said, you know what, I'm not fully sold by him, but I respect what's going on, and I believe. If you're just here, like, fully on that hill, then it's like you're just gonna look very. Anyways.
Yeah, man's just gonna be, because at the end of the day, a lot of us, man, if we win the title, we're probably gonna rock up in it and probably meet up in it. probably down the ends.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
go for the
Celebrating
parade.
with the
Obviously, you want to
parade and
enjoy
all
it,
that.
man. Of course,
Exactly.
we're gonna be giddy.
So yeah. For me, there's gonna be games where, do you know what I mean, I might feel a bit rattled, but there's something different. I don't know, man. There's something different about this team, man.
It's not. We're good. Like that's just like. Let me tell you how mad it is. Yeah, I
But
don't.
we've always been good, though. The thing is,
But
we've
like,
always been good,
but
though.
like,
We've always been good.
of course, and obviously, I was some last season. I'm not saying that the injuries was the only reason why we didn't win the league, but I said it was a big reason why we didn't compete, because up until we started to get those injuries in the beginning part of the season, even though we were points behind Liverpool, I still thought like we were a very, very good team. Like we saw a lot of performances in that first part of the season that could have gave you encouragement to see where this team could have gone.
This
A
is
6-point lead on City with 8 points is a reason for pause, but a man's out here talking about quad. We just need
quad
to
talk is
Hey,
crazy.
I never said that we're gonna win the quad. I just said
I know there's a man out there, boy 10,
compete.
yeah, on
No, but then
BBK
I think saying that we're definitely gonna win something is different than saying I feel like we can win something, because like in years before, like you might only feel like, oh, we only have the squad to compete for one trophy. Like, oh, we're in the Europa League, but realistically, we're going for the Prem. We don't have the squad to kind of do both X, Y, Z. We don't feel like that, no. I personally feel like, because I kind of look at every competition in isolation. Like I'm like how we're performing in Champions League, the teams that we play in Champions League, how the teams play against us in Champions League is way different to Prem, way different to how teams play us then. It's going to be different to the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup is different because we're already in the quarterfinal. We play another game, we're in semis. It's a bit different, isn't it? But as I said, the injuries is the main thing that I think stops us. But Arsenal, I don't think there's a facet of the game that we can't do. I think that's like I'm not saying that we haven't had that for a long time, but wherever the game goes, we can take it there. We can take it there and we can react to where it goes. If a game becomes physical, like how Slavia Prague were playing yesterday in the first 10 minutes, long, trying to go.
Truly guy that flipping.
We got players and guys that are ready for that game, that even enjoy that side of the game. If it becomes a game where it needs to become controlled, we need to play 1-2 touch football, we can do that. If we need to go long ourselves and start, playing the ball in behind or going long and kind of looking for knock-ons and stuff, we can make the game there. If we need to control a game in the team's half, we can do that. If a team is parking their players in their box, we can find ways to create openings. I think it said there was a stat that said we've averaged the most touches in the opposition's box in the Premier League. That is not by chance, and obviously a lot of those goals haven't come from overplay, but that's the reason why we then mastered set pieces. So if we're gonna get a lot of free kicks from Saka and Eze and these players that win free kicks on the edge of the box, or if we're gonna get corners because we're constantly putting threats on opposition goals, and we're gonna have guys, make sure the guys taking the corners have great delivery and consistent delivery. We got that. Make sure you have threats from corners. We got that. Like the thing is that the team has so many things that if we was to ask all of us fans here, what's our flaws? Like, what would we say, like, if a game was in a certain game state, or what can this team not do? You're going to really struggle. Yeah, I'm not going to say the team is perfect, but the list is going to be very minute compared to if you're saying what are Arsenal's strengths or what can Arsenal do.
I think if you look at one thing, I think maybe driving through the center of midfield. I think that's not something that we're kind of known for. Certain teams
I think we just don't take that risk because of the fact that if you lose the ball, it puts you front. But we have great player at times when it's possible. You see Rice do it. You've seen Lewis Kelly create a lot of chances from when he does go on those runs. Eze, as we know, we haven't seen it, has the ability to carry through the middle and carry. Ranieri, we've seen, has the ability. Like, there's players that can do it. Like, I'm pretty sure when the openings open themselves, they're going to do it. But I think because Mikel is more of a control type manager, which ultimately control is going to give you more of an opportunity to win a game because you have control of more the conditions, like rather than it being left for chance and just saying, let's go mono, your players versus our players, let's use better. Yeah, that provides a better spectacle, but you can't always certify yourself that you're going to be able to win games. The reason why teams end up parking the bus is because they know if they press up against Arsenal, we're going to play through them easily. Like, we've seen it. Like, we're going to see a few games. Like, for example, last season, Sporting Lisbon away, West Ham away, I think it was Crystal Palace away. Like, think that's the few games where teams came and said, PSV away. Team said, you know what, we're gonna go all out against Arsenal. We're not gonna, deploy a low block. We're not gonna try and we're just gonna try. And they got smoked. And teams know that, so they don't do it against us. And I respect it, because at the end of the day, what's the point in potentially leaving yourself open to get smoked? Man City did it, and what happened to them? Like, Arsenal will smoke you. Like, and even in our worst season, we have performances I just named where we've done that. We've done it the season before as well. Like, teams now respect us, and we've got to accept a way to do that. And we still find a way to control teams within that, squeeze them. It gives you. It's like, I'm not saying that this can't run. We're gonna have games where the players are not gonna play up to scratch. We might lose a game, or we might draw a game, or drop points in a poor way. That's football. But I'm pretty sure the team will react the next game and go again. I don't think the team's gonna go on a barren run, or all of a sudden the quality's gonna drop, because, as you said, we're going through injuries this season, and the performance level isn't dropping. I think last season when we went through injuries, there was like a performance level that kind of dropped. Like, I'm not saying that we were poor, but we wasn't as deadly, wasn't as threatening. We kind of conceded a few more chances and stuff like that. I don't think that's happening this season. And I think
it was the Reds as well. We had a bit of a disciplinary problem last season
as well. Stuff as well. Yeah, we stopped that. I don't think you haven't got a red this season, right? No, we haven't got a red this season. No, no, we haven't. Still, I'm pretty sure. Can fact check that.
Yeah, I'd have to check that.
I don't think we've got a red this season still.
I'll have to check that. But in terms of the Saturday, we've got Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light this week. Obviously, Arteta's got a lot of injuries right now. If I bring up the injuries right now, sorry, this might break the
layout. No, it's come.
The layout a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Hold on, let me just see if I can find the injury list. Yeah, here it is. So I'm just going to share this. So here's the current injuries. Has it come up? I don't think it has. Hold on. Here's the current injuries that we've got right now. Let me just, probably better doing it that way. So we've got Gyökeres strain. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. Kepa's personal reasons. I don't know what's going on with him.
He was ill or something like that. Kepa.
Oh, was he ill? Yeah. Okay. Martinelli saying knock injury. Got Odegaard out as well. Madueke knee injury late November. Kai knee injury late November. Jesus is out as well. So that's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll say that's quite a few injuries at the moment. Like, some of them players are quite important, key players like Gyökeres. Martinelli, we know he's a decent backup. Odegaard as well, captain. Madueke came onto the scene, and good performances from him. Kai, we know what Kai can do when he's in the team as well, what he offers. And obviously Jesus as well, who's still, he's still a very good footballer.
One of my favorites on the team. So
it's almost like, as Gunner Street said, yeah, it's the injuries, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because even though these guys are still injured right now, there's still gonna be injuries each game. So Sunderland, we might pick up an injury, but one key injury to like a Rice or a Gabriel, okay, we can bring in like a Mosquera or Nkapie in defense. But for me, that midfield is sensitive, my brother. I find that the midfield is a little bit sensitive. So if if a Rice goes down, who takes that role? Because we haven't got someone that actually can do that box to box midfield role like Declan Rice. Eze, Eze's not Rice, in it. Rice is not Eze, in it. They both got different attributes. Both can deliver. A ball in, but there's no one in our team, I think, that can deliver a set piece or dead ball like Declan Rice. What's your thoughts on the injuries, and can we still go on to win this title the way we are right now in terms of like availability of the players that we got right now?
Obviously, luckily, I think most of these players come back right after this international break, hopefully. So it should be looking much better than what it's looking for this game. That's why I said I think the break has come at a good time. But if, for example, some of these players aren't back and we have to face a couple of these games about the squad that we have now, it's going to be a struggle, especially in the week where we have Chelsea, Spurs, Bayern, where you're not really going to look to rotate the squad, or you need to play your highest quality squad. Obviously, you're going to stretch a lot of these players out. Pause in terms of like their fitness and their recovery. I think obviously because of the attack being so stretched, it's made Marino play there. I think obviously Marino's probably the closest player that can give us what Rice gives us in terms of his physicality, his ability to kind of cover ground. He is a natural 8. Obviously, he's not the same level, as a Declan Rice, but I think he's probably the closest, probably alongside Norgard in terms of just covering ground and being that physical force. But obviously, they still won't have the same quality as Rice. But I think again, as long as they come back from I think it came out from the Athletic that Gokeres and Martinelli should be back for the North London derby, and hopefully we have. Okay. It said obviously Odegaard, Madueke, Havertz. If they're all back for that game, they're not going to start. But obviously they're back in the squad. Then you're going to be confident that they're probably going to have been close to fitness if they're going to be able to be back in the squad. So that will be a huge boost. But we just have to see. And as you said, more injuries happen, but we just got to have. Fingers crossed that we have a couple of games that we don't get injured. I don't think anyone was injured after the Prague game, and obviously Zubimendi was suspended, so he would have had a week to rest. He was back in training before the Prague game, so he should be fresh for this game. And to be fair, was it Tuesday to Saturday evening? That's a decent amount of rest for these guys. Definitely, considering the amount of games you've had for them to play that, knowing that there's an international break after this. So. For Sunderland, I'm confident. If then we return back and then we still have the same squad, then it becomes a bit techie still.
Yeah, man, definitely. Just want to answer this question, and we'll do a quick lineup for the Sunderland game. This is like the preview in it, so I'm not going to do another preview. I'll just do a watch along come Saturday. But AFC always says, does it matter if we are still top over Christmas and going into the new year? And he says, not for me. The test comes in March, April, squeaky bum time. What's your response to that?
I think it doesn't matter what position you are, depending on how far you are from the top. But I think considering where we are, that means if we wasn't top, then we would have had to have lost 3 games at least for one of those teams, Liverpool, City, to overtake us, which would have been a sign of some poor form considering how many games we're winning on the trot. So at this point, I think it does matter because we have a very good advantage, and potentially on the weekend it could be stretched even to more. So
yeah, I don't want to drop from the top.
I've said that I don't think we're going to drop to second, but I think it matters right now because given say it was only like a 2-3 point lead, I would say it don't matter because that's like one loss or one draw. That those things can happen over a season, but we have so much of a lead that for us to really not finish that be first, that means we would have had to lose 3 games. City and Liverpool would have had to win those 3 games, and that shows more of a downward turn in form and an upward turn in form for them, which that would matter. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it depends on the context of the season, but this season I think it matters.
100%, because Liverpool didn't drop once they went top of the league last season. They didn't drop at all, and effectively they won the league that way. So I would like a similar trajectory with Arsenal, where we just stay up there, and because when you stay up the top, teams will start to think, boy, these men are serious. Because Man City, they don't respect us. They're like man like Big Steve and all these guys. They have a
everyone feels like we're gonna bottle it when it gets to crunch time. They're like they respect us as a team, but they don't think we're champions. They think when it gets to that time that we're gonna, do you know what I mean? And I don't believe so. I agree with BBK here though.
What are you guys thinking for Sunderland? Injury list is killing me. Boy, we're gonna do a lineup in it. We're gonna do a lineup now in it. So let's have a look. Let's I know BBK sorry Cape. I know Cape loves to do these lineups, you know. So let's do a lineup for Sunday, for Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. Can you guys see the screen? Yeah, I should be able to see the screen. So what is it? 10, how many this guy ain't conceded for ages, isn't it? Rare in goal, obviously.
Yeah.
The back line usually chooses itself, in it. So Gabriel, Saliba,
Same back
Timber.
four. Yeah.
Okay, who you going for left back?
Calafiori comes back in.
Cala back, yeah.
Yeah, he got a rest, so which is good. I think I'm happy that he's been consistently fit. It's good to see this guy and a good one in the team. I haven't ever seen this before, so I'm happy about that.
Midfield, what we're going for in the midfield, because remember, yeah, Rice and Zubi, in it.
Yeah, Rice, Zubimendi, Eze.
So Rice, Zubi. What do you think of what do you think of Eze's recent performances? He got a goal against Palace, didn't he? But I don't think he played his best.
I think he's been all right, man. I think it's not easy for Ebbs. Like,
yeah,
he's coming to a different team where he's facing low blocks every single game. He's not getting the same, transition spaces and open spaces to run into and drive past players the way he wasn't. And he's not necessarily the main player in Arsenal that everything funnels through him and everything needs him to for us to get magic, that we able to win games absent of him having to do everything. So
I didn't see that word for ages, Passio, bro. It's true though, Emery's gonna try and do some.
Yeah, that's every manager, man. Every manager is gonna come and play a low block. Look at Bournemouth against Man City, high line against Haaland.
Emery's still hurting, bro. Emery's still hurting from when he got the sack in it, so he's just gonna do some
everything all he can to make sure he wins. Yeah,
yeah, he's gonna do some strippiness, man. But yeah, so right wing going for Saka, yeah.
Yeah.
Saka. Oh, always do that one wrong. Saka. And left wing. Trossard.
Leo. He's been very good this season so far.
He's been decent. And up top, Gyökeres. Actually, no, Gyökeres is injured, isn't it?
No, Marino.
Marinado. What happens if Marino becomes unavailable? Who do you play? That Anus guy? Is it Harama Anus? I thought he's decent,
I think he probably goes Trossard false 9, puts Eze on the left and goes Ranieri midfield. I think
I like that.
No, Harry Anus is a good player still. Like I've seen when he grows into his body and he gets a bit stronger. I think his link up play. You can tell he's been a Haylender. He's a great link up play. He's got quick, long strides. You can tell he's comfortable as well. I think he's been good. Like I wouldn't mind seeing him play. Like, don't get me wrong. If push comes to shove and he has to play, from the start, I think he could hold his own. He could be one of those magic stories, isn't it? But
definitely,
yeah, I think he'll probably go Trossard false 9 and then Eze off the left, Ranieri in the middle. I think that lineup would work, which I think would be good because you can have a bit of a fluid front three. You got Ranieri in there with Eze, Saka. You got a lot of creativity in there as well, and you still got that still with Zubimendi and Rice. Obviously, it just means that our bench, like in terms of attacking depth, you're gonna have Diamond, Hyman and News, probably Sago Jr., maybe another player from the academy.
He's like a Saka regen, isn't it? Charles, isn't it? Sago, isn't it? He's like Saka, innit? He plays like Saka, innit? it? Slightly similar, innit? But yeah, City versus Liverpool this season. This weekend. What? Obviously, the expectation is probably a draw, but how do you see that game going?
I see City winning, man. I think City
You see
are
City winning,
in a good moment. Like you have to realize, City are a good team. Like they're
but
not.
City don't beat Liverpool though usually.
They do. They normally beat Liverpool at Etihad, and normally
No, they
Liverpool beat.
don't. Where do you get
They,
that from?
they do.
They
If you go check
don't, bro.
They do. Go check the history, bro. City normally beat Liverpool at Etihad, and it's normally vice versa.
Oh,
Liverpool,
oh
City don't win at Anfield. It's normally been like that for a long, long, long time, innit? Even in the bad seasons of both of them, whatever you want to classify
mm,
that as. But I think last season though it was both a draw. I think home and away, if I'm correct.
yeah.
I can't remember, but like I think City are in a good moment, and with the way Liverpool are defending, even though I think they've been better in the last two games, I think
Yeah.
Haaland, the form he's in, as you said, the players that City have, Foden's kind of hit his form again this season. Cherky is amazing, a player that I think is absolutely amazing, and they got good players, isn't it?
Doku as well on the wing.
Yeah, they have Donnarumma and goal. They got good players. They're playing good right now. Like City are.
Are you worried about City right now, or are you
I'm not
just
worried about. I'm not worried about. I'm very. My eyes are on
aware?
them. Because I said City were going to finish second for me if they were going to be the ones that Arsenal would rival Arsenal. I said that before the season, so I feel like they're doing what I think they're going to be doing in it, which is obviously play very well, but probably have a game or two where they lose out of the blue that you don't expect City to lose because they're not the same level as City. But I think they're good, man. I think they'll win that game because Haaland is going to want to feast over that defense. I don't expect Liverpool to play a low block, in my opinion. I think they'll try and go for the game at points. Do you know what I mean? And which will leave that space behind. And City are a bit different this season. They don't just try and play through you. They'll sometimes go long to Haaland or chip the ball in behind and lay it off, similar to Arsenal. So, hey, man. As UK said, if they give them the loss, like no title winners have ever, won. I don't think we're lost 5 games and still gone on to win, especially where they still have, a lot of the difficult away grounds that we've kind of, ticked off our list that they still got to go to. So it's tough.
Yeah,
I agree with Branish.
That's right.
It's facts.
Can't wait to see. Oh, yeah, boy. Can you imagine that? Like midway throughout the season, where them man start clicking Eze and Odegaard. Boy, it's gonna be worries
when
in
we
the
face
dance.
most of those home games where we have 3 games in a week. You can put Eze and Odegaard in there. It'll be good.
Definitely, man. Boy, we've just got to the hour mark, man. Is there anything you want to discuss before we head out of here? Because man needs to go sleep, brother.
So before we end it, let's go for predictions for Saturday.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Do you know what, bro? I think it's been on my mind for the whole week. I think it's going to be a 2-0 to us. I thought it'd be a hard game, but I can't see it being a hard game. Maybe in some.
I think it won't be easy in the beginning, but I think because obviously Sunderland are a good team. Obviously, they're 4th right now, which they're playing well. Like,
they don't concede that many goals either. I don't think. Let me see. Let me see the table. Let me see the Premier League table.
I don't think they've conceded many goals, but I think they've conceded a few.
They've conceded 8 goals, same as Man City.
Yeah, that's not too bad still, actually.
It's not bad.
And their home record is quite good. I think they haven't lost at home, only drew 1 game. So I think it's not going to be an easy game, even in kickoff. I think
Stadium Light as well.
I'm saying like old school Premier League stadium, but I think Arsenal can win 3-0, man. I think we can. I think we're just in that form that I think we can make not light work of teams, but we squeeze teams, give them no hope, especially in their own home ground. And do you know what I mean? I think our chance question has been very good in the last couple of games, even though we haven't scored many goals. I think
we've only lost 2 games though, my brother. That's amazing out of 10 games.
Yeah, they've played very well. Still.
Have they played any big teams?
They beat Chelsea. They beat Chelsea at home. They faced, but I think they lost to Man United away at Old Trafford.
Yeah,
they lost, but they haven't faced the craziest of teams. So it's not like
they've not really
the big boys, isn't it? Like so,
played anyone.
We're like the hardest team they're gonna face so far, and I think they'll know why we're the hardest team they're gonna face so far because we're gonna give it to them still. So I'm gonna say 3-0.
Definitely.
I think we'll have chances to create and put it away, especially if Marino's hit some form. I think he'll be confident. Saka's got a goal now, so he should be you know, feeling a bit better than that, Saturday performance against Burnley. So I think he's gonna want to know that, given the fact that there's no Gokras, he's gonna take a bit more responsibility to try, take the shots, get the goals as he was doing.
Definitely. Gunnar says 3-0 Sunderland. Will be confident, but similar to Burnley. I think once we get the first, it will be a comfortable win. Yeah, I think it will be. I also think that they might try and rough us up a little bit as well.
Yeah, similar to Slavia Prague stuff, Prague game. But I think we got play. We got. I'm happy the way the team is now. Like if teams want to do that, dark art stuff and physical stuff, like we want that. We're ready for it. It's not like we got Timber, you got Gabriel, Saliba, even saw Nkapie on Wednesday, on Tuesday, he was on smoke, ready for anything, like, which I like.
You see with the big guy, that Chori guy.
Yeah, you got him. You got Rice. You got guys that are ready to fight still, like, which Saka's gonna be there, like. So I'm good, man. Should be a 3 points, and hopefully you can sit back and watch that City Liverpool game with some. I don't know. What did you want from that game? You didn't really say what you wanted from that game.
Draw. It's got to be a draw, man.
I want a draw, but do you think it's gonna be a draw, or do you think someone wins that game?
Boy, all I'm just thinking of Haaland's right now, innit? I could just see Haaland's name on the score sheet, man. That's their cheat code, City, innit? It's just Haaland, innit? And he's the guy in it that.
He's a mad form, man.
But don't get it twisted, yeah. If Van Dijk is on his game, he can keep him quiet, brother. But that's if he's on his game. That's if he's on his game. But because recently Canute and Van Dijk, they kind of come, you know what I mean? They kind of like, against the Real Madrid team, they've done all right. And to have Real Madrid and City in consecutive games is not easy. So,
but in that Villa game, first half though, fam, Villa was moving to them, could have scored a lot of chances.
Yeah. So,
game
if Cherky's on it, if he starts, and
are good damn form right now, man. They're feeling good. Like, trust me, they're gonna win that game.
Yeah, it could be a dub, it could be a 2-1.
I already know Man City win that game. I've already made peace with it, like.
Well, if they win, they win, and do you know what? It benefits us. Well,
it knocks one team out of the race, technically. Yeah,
in one way. Do you think, just before we head off here, do you think City can catch us this season?
Yeah, like any team can catch anyone. Like, it's just catching someone's about them dropping points and you capitalizing on that specific game week when they drop points. Like, you got to make sure that if you have an opportunity to claw some points back in terms of the lead and gap, you do it. So
can you see them dropping much points though now, because they had their little wobble?
No, they'll drop points here and there, but I think it will be against teams that you maybe can expect City to drop points against. I don't think they'll have shocking results like a random loss to Burnley or something like that. I think those games, home and away, I think City will handle their business. I think it's when they go to facing a Brighton, facing a United, an Arsenal,
but
just Liverpool game potentially on the weekend, facing a Chelsea, those kind of games where you don't know, like, I mean, a Villa, Fulham,
Spurs or something as well.
Yeah, Spurs, those kind of Spurs. That's their bogey team. Like, that's where you kind of can say. But apart from those games, like, and that's most of those games are not at the Etihad. I think the Etihad, they probably handle their business, but when they go away to,
what about when we go to the Etihad? It's not a draw team, is it?
To go get 3 points, because I think last season the first half performance deserved 3 points, and I think we defended them well, but we need to. I think to fully punch City in the mouth this season, especially because they drew at our ground, we need to go win at their ground still. I think
100%.
But yeah.
Anyway, people, man, come to the end of our stream. Make sure you like and subscribe and all of that. Make sure you're subbing if you're new to my boy. Cape has Pauser. His name's in the title. So when you finish the stream, you just have to click on his name. It take you to take you to his channel. I know that he's doing quite a bit of content now recently as well. So, you got anything coming up over the next few days, or watch alongs or anything?
Yeah, should be going live either tonight or tomorrow.
Tonight? You're going live tonight?
I might, but we'll see. We'll see. Or tomorrow. And yeah, like as international breaks coming up, I should have a couple of player profile videos, some of those interesting videos coming out. So I'm excited for that. So
You let
tuned
man
in.
know.
So
Make sure
in.
you let the people know, yeah, because we love your videos, Cape. So keep them rolling and all them things there. Big up to everyone though in the chat though, man, like Gunner Street, BBK Sports, AFC Always, Claire, and everyone that's joined today, man. It's been nice. And anyone who's watching on the playback, you know, put in a comment or something, you know what I'm saying, to say you know whether you enjoyed the stream, how we can improve. Is there anything else you want to see? Do you want to see any more guests on the stream? Let us know in it. But anyway, from me and Cape and Don, we are gone. Peace.
Have a nice night, everyone, man.
Peace.